So, welcome back to Destiny 2, PlayStation 4. I am Hako, your artist poet. And as usual, I'm running off over here to the gunsmith to pick up my exercise for my character. We're doing auto rifles, sidearms, swords, and solo weapons. I don't know if I mentioned this once before, but I thought a really cool idea would be that we could do custom uh, calibrations. Some kind of custom calibration. Maybe make them cost like 5K in Glimmer or something like that. But yeah, because we like to play with the weapons we have, and we want to be able to get really, really good with those weapons. And it's always fun to switch up the mix. Obviously, we enjoy doing that, but it's also fun to just kind of fall back into those nice, comfy jeans and enjoy yourself. Anyway, totally off of that topic. So a couple days ago, I was watching a Vsauce 2 channel. It's on YouTube. It's educational, kind of really cool fun facts kind of channel, but they get really into the deep dive of things. And they were talking about the origin or the invention of dragons. And one of the things they mentioned, one of the points they brought up was there was this anthropologist named David Jones who wrote a book where he studied a troop of howler monkeys, and he recognized that they had these three distinct calls for the different predators that would attack primates. They had a call for snakes, where they would all stand up, look at the ground, and then make for the trees, the highest point of the trees. They had a call for raptors, birds of prey like eagles, and then they would like come out of the trees if they were in the trees, and they would go into the shrubs and hide there. And then of course they had a call for predatory mammals. Well, in their case, jaguars, I think it was in the jungles. But any kind of large predatory animal, and they would do that call, and that would cause them to go into the tree and go out onto the thinnest branches they could possibly stand on, but the large mammal predators could not balance on. And it started getting me to think that, these three things, the eagle, the lion, and the snake, well, when you talk about early dragon descriptions throughout most of the cultures that developed dragon mythologies on the planet, the dragon was described as head of a lion, body of a snake, the wings and talons of an eagle. And yeah, well, that kind of looks more like a I guess a griffin, but or a hippogriff. No, a griffin, yeah, more like a griffin. Um, but honestly, if this snake was kind of like an anaconda, then and it coiled around the base more, you'd get more of a dragon-like feature to it. And it just dawned on me that one of the early Destiny 1 themes in the game was the stories of the Ahamkara hunts and the Wish Dragons being this, mythical creature. And then, of course, here in Destiny 2, we get Riven, which, totally impacts, the whole of this game. And it started making me think, why would Bungie make the three classes of the Guardians to be the three primary predators of primates or apes in general? That are well, I digress here a little bit. The Vsauce essay was about how uh, David Jones and other anthropologists and people who study mythology were suggesting that the dragon is the combination of these three predators that we are all instinctually aware of. And there's another video in the Vsauce channel that talks about how the average person will actually notice a snake before they're consciously aware of looking at a snake, which is a fantastic idea when you think about our instinctual desires to survive and evade predators. Now, and also the thing to remember is that humans, on a whole, we give no fucks for raptors. I mean, we've pretty much outmatched them by now, but we still do find ourselves predated on by snakes and by large mammal predators, um, bear attacks, things like that. Um, and I was like thinking to myself, okay, so the hunter, the warlock, and the titan all share, these little animal totems, and it put us all together. We create the dragon. So I'm starting to think to myself, well, I mean, how did the Ahamkara come into being? That's never really been explored, as far as I know. And if the three of us, the three guardian classes, create a dragon, and wish dragons were a thing in the universe, and the Guardians were supposedly created by the Traveler. Did the Traveler create the Ahamkara? And maybe the Ahamkara were the first Guardians. Or maybe the Ahamkara were like the playing pieces of the Traveler. Because I think it's interesting that, we as the Vanguard, I say we, I'm main character here. The Vanguard goes off and issues an order for the mass extinction of the Ahamkara because what the Ahamkara have been proven to be able to speak to us through the bones. This is supposed to be an Ahamkara skull. Um, has kept a skull here as a trophy. It just kind of seems weird, and it kind of all ties together, and it echoes back to the original, one of the oldest theories, as far back as Destiny One. What if the Vanguard, what if the Traveler's the bad guy? What if the Traveler's really the bad guy, and we, the Guardians, created to be its defense force, and by extension, the defenders of the city upon which it rests. Um, by association, we're that army of the bad guy, not really realizing we're the bad guy. It's kind of like the theme that was in the new She-Ra from Netflix, where Alora, I think that's what her name was. Alora and Catra always thought they were doing the good fight with the Horde, and come to find out they were actually the bad guys. And then when they realized that, there's this like major character dynamic that shifts, and I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, that's kind of all I really want to share. Just a real short, kind of thought about the whole situation. And thanks for stopping by.